Well, hello friends, and welcome to Indigo Intuitive Tarot. I am Indigo, and I am here to provide you with intuitive messages and downloads via the tarot, as well as several oracle cards per usual. Now, while these intuitive messages and downloads are intended for love, romance, and relationships, they may also, and oftentimes do, apply to other areas and aspects of your incarnation in this 3D reality. So please, as always, take what applies, and if it doesn't apply, what do? We let it fly. Okay. Hey y'all, it's a love reading. So first and foremost, I posted a 6/6 portal video late last night, and due to some technical difficulties, the sound is a little bit lower than normal, so you may need to wear headphones, you may need to crank up the volume on that reading. I apologize. However, the messages are very important. It is a spiritual self-care check-in that ended up being about a relationship. I swear, I don't intend sometimes for these readings to be love readings, but they are. They turn out that way. It's just how it is. So, and specifically the downloads portion of the video, might really want to watch that. Okay. And make sure you like the video and like this video too. I never ask you guys to like the videos, but please like the videos. Subscribe if you feel called to do so. It helps out the channel. All right. So this is going to be a past, present, future spread love reading, just to see where you've been, where you are, where you're going, sort of thing. Tap into the energies, see if there's anyone else in your energy. Usually there is. Usually something's going on. Oh, there's sirens. I hope that's not a part of your experience with this person. But for today's channeled messages and downloads, so I was sitting here tapping into the energy before I started recording, and I said, Spirit team, what's the download? Because I haven't gotten any yet today. I slept in, sometimes it's good to sleep in. I slept in, so I woke up late. I'm like, I haven't had a chance to get the downloads. What's going on? So as soon as I said that, they directed my eyes to a book on my bookshelf. That book was The Raw Material, The Law of One, book 1. Okay. So old book. This book's been around for a long time. Very new agey, if you will, sort of thing, channeled material. But the part that I open up to, because I haven't read very much into this book, right, was about research, actually. And it says, starting here, with all of its frustrations, investigation into areas in the very fringe of psychic phenomena, are most interesting, informative, and rewarding to the researcher who is patient and whose approach to the subject is simply to gather data rather than attempting to prove step-by-step hypotheses about that which he is doing research. So what I took from that, and I was like, that's a very random, not usually my type of thing, downloaded messages, but what I took from that was, you might be presented with a situation, or you might be presented with some information in the month of June, okay? It would behoove you, okay, meaning it would benefit you, to let all of the information come to you organically. Put on your little researcher hat and observe before making any statements, decisions, before you spend any money, before you take any action, okay? Act like you're little researcher, and you're letting the things unfold so that you can observe them accurately. Because a lot of times, myself included, we observe things through our layers of pain, trauma, story, attachment, right? You have all these layers of things that you're trying to see through to the other side, right? Those cloud your vision. Sometimes, especially in relationships, it could be rose-colored glasses where we ignore the red flags. Again, go watch that 6/6 portal reading, okay? So make sure you are letting things unfold organically. You're getting all of the information. You're looking at all of the facts before you make a decision. It might save you some time, money, and heartache, and etc. Let me think of an example. Say your computer's broken, and your instant reaction is, oh, I gotta call the place and take it in. It's gonna be all these thousands of dollars, and you've already spun a story in your head about what it's gonna be. When here, your cousin, your nephew, someone goes, oh wait, no, your computer just had an update and it switched on this setting. You just got to turn it off and reboot your router. You know, something like that. Right. Get all of the information before you make decisions. Allow it to come to you and allow it to unfold organically. All right? So, Spirit team, you ready to talk? Set 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Again, this is past, present, future. There's going to be plenty of clarifiers. Of course, y'all know how we do. All right, let's get it started. Also, you know, in the last reading, I was using a microphone, so I apologize if the audio was not that great. I will not be using those moving forward. I don't like the sound quality of them. Let's just say that. I don't like it. It's not my favorite. All right. Past, present, future. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Cups. Someone is coming. A love offer with this little Knight of Cups. His love offer, he's bringing roses. Maybe roses are significant to you. Maybe white horses are also significant to you. Okay. He's got his little picnic blanket and he's got a little love note there. We'll see if we can move him up for a little bit. Keep him in frame. All right. What's in your past energy? 7 of Pentacles. Present energy, Judgment. 6 of Pentacles in your future. I said, watch your decisions. Watch what type of judgments you're making about things. Maybe about a person, who a person is, or maybe you're seeing them accurately. You know what I mean? Maybe you wait for all the information because in the past you have the 7 of Pentacles. This is a very patient energy. Pouring your energy into something, but being patient enough for it to take root and grow, right? Judgment call. Making a decision about something. In the future, though, it looks like you have a little bit of reciprocity coming, a little bit of equal give and take, right? You can see the 8 of Infinity here, right? I feel very much self-sustaining, self-generating sort of energy. Okay. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here for y'all. In your past, the 7 of Pentacles. Now, could have this been something that had to do with money or resources? Absolutely, it's Pentacles, you know. But we read energy here, okay? We're just reading the energy. Some of you may have been, honestly, I'm going to say this, it's not for everybody. Some of you may have been very disappointed about something that you poured your energy to in the past, like it didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. Maybe that's why we got that message of like patience in the downloaded channeled messages. Maybe you were patient and it didn't work out. We're going to see. We're going to see. Spiritual, why is this 7 of Pentacles here? Yeah, it didn't work out. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. Tower, 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords. You poured into something that left you heartbroken, backstabbed, and shook your foundation to the core. I swear to God, I'm psychic. And look, it was something that was supposed to give you equal give and take. Reciprocity. That's what you wanted from it. But it left you up all night crying, kicking, and screaming. Hello? Hello? Y'all. Listen, the good thing about this 10 of Swords here, and I'm going to tell you, the good thing about the 10 of Swords here is that in this card specifically, she has taken them 10 swords out her back. She has gotten up. She is walking towards the light, towards the sun, guided by these birds, her spirit team, right? So she's on the other side of it. It's happened. She doesn't deny that it has happened. She is not denying that this 3 of Swords has happened. She is not denying that this Tower has happened, right? But she's up and walking. She's not laying face down with 10 swords in her back any longer. Okay? So this is your past energy. Honey, if you have overcome something that you've poured your heart and soul into and it left you heartbroken and you got up, you were able to gather yourself and get yourself together and walk towards the light, I commend you. And I'm very proud of you. I want that to really land for you. Even if we're strangers, I'm very proud of you. Okay? Because, honey, things that cause a 3 of Swords and a Tower, that's life-changing energy. That changes who you are fundamentally sometimes as a person. right? Like, yeah, you might still have the same name, same hair color, same style, clothes, same job, but on a deeper level, that changes you. There's no way it couldn't. Now, do some people stay stuck in the 10 of Swords for 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Absolutely. Yeah, they do. It changes them in that way. I don't think that's who you are. I think you got up. I think you got up. All right, Spirit Team. Ooh-wee. This reading is getting active already. Why is the Judgment card here, Spirit? This is the current energy. Why is the Judgment card here? If I could use my words, Spirit. Okay. Oh, too many cards, but look, here comes the Sun on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So we have the Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Page of Pentacles. I think in your current energy, you are receiving the downloads, you are using your intuition about the co-creation of something real, okay? You will no longer settle for pouring so much of yourself into things that leave you like this. You're looking for someone to co-create with, not you creating a foundation that gets knocked down, leaving you in heartbreak, right? Again, I feel like in the past, you probably built the foundation of the relationship. Maybe you were the glue that held the relationship together. But in the present moment, you know, pages also deliver messages. So you may be receiving a message from someone. You know, again, pentacles are usually about abundance and things like that. But I feel in this reading, because it is a love reading, it's a message of possible stability, of real co-creation, of starting. I just started from the bottom. Now we're here. That's not what I meant. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to cough. So, not started from the bottom, now we're here, but like, you know, the pages are students, right? So they're just starting out in their journey. They're learning. I'm getting like starting to co-create a foundation with someone, but like built earnestly, like built from the real, genuine idea of stability. Okay. Either this is coming in towards you, or you are discovering this, not discovering this about yourself, but it's like your intuition is saying, I know in the future, possibly, that this is how it will go, right? And if it doesn't go this way, I will make the judgment call. I will make the decision to walk away from it. Okay? You might be, I don't feel that you're broadcasting this to the world. I feel that this is a very silent sort of energy. This is a very internal sort of thing, but you know that that sort of thing would definitely make you happy. And like I said, you will reject anything that doesn't fall in line with building a real, true, genuine foundation. I also hear you're not going to accept someone who doesn't want to learn about you, someone who isn't curious about you. Again, if you were the glue that kept the whole relationship together and you poured your everything into it in the past and it left you heartbroken, maybe that person was very not interested in you as a person, right? Like maybe they just had you around to have someone around, and I hate that for anyone. I don't like that. You were interested in growing something real. It didn't work. Now you want what's real. Now you want equal give and take, reciprocity. All right, so we're going to look at your future here. We have the Six of Pentacles. Now, some people say this could be the breadcrumbing card in the deck. I don't know. I don't know about that. Possible. All right, Spirit Team, why is the Six of Pentacles here for the collective, please? Yep. You are not tolerating anything but clarity in your new beginning. And look, you have an Emperor. Well, again, 7 of Wands. You will reject anything that doesn't come in with a real love offer and a lot of stability. You won't juggle. You won't. And I feel like this juggling is like almost like you questioning yourself maybe in the past, like, oh, you know, I'm the one holding everything together, but you know, they like me enough. And no. You will not accept any cup that is offered that does not provide clarity, that does not provide stability, that does not provide real offer of genuine emotions and equal energy exchanges. If you truly embody this energy, okay, I feel like it will block, I'm going to say it, bullshit offers naturally. I once had a man tell me, he was a coworker, but I once had a man tell me, and you guys can see my profile picture on this app, that he said, you know why men don't approach you? I said, oh, I don't know why. He said, because you have a face that says you don't tolerate bullshit. I said, good, then it's working, because I don't. Because accepting and tolerating bullshit gets you like this. Nuh-uh. No way. Not my collective, not on my watch, damn it. You have a new beginning. And I think that, remember I said earlier, you know, the way that we look at things is usually through the layers of like trauma and story and identity and attachment and things like that. I just heard because of this past situation, you have wiped the mirror clean. You know, usually when we get the 9 of Wands, I say, take the wisdom and leave the wounding, right? Part of the wisdom is wiping the mirror clean, or wiping the window clean, excuse me, so you can see clearly what's on the other side of it. Yeah, especially with this High Priestess here and the Ace of Swords. All right, y'all, apologies, there were distractions that happened. But what I was saying is, with the High Priestess here in your current energy, and then you have the Ace of Swords in your future energy, I do really get that you're wiping the window clean. Like, you are going to be able to see things much more clearly. You're going to be able to interpret things much more clearly so that you make better decisions, better judgment calls. Okay? Overall, looking pretty damn good. Okay? So we're going to pull some oracles on this. Oh, there's one overturned. Mask, hiding true feelings, pretending and delude, should be deluding, gaslight, and personify. Maybe your past person was wearing a mask. We're gonna see. Maybe it'll come back out. Sometimes that tends to happen in my readings, where a card is randomly overturned in the deck and then it comes back out. So let's take a look. Spirit team, what do you have for the current energy here for the collective? Dragonfly, okay. Hammer. Oh, I say take that one, okay. Thank you, Spirit. The Runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, and letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. Yeah, I don't think you're tolerating that energy. That very much feels like maybe your past energy, okay. Let's see what we got here. So first we have the Dragonfly, which is lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light and healing. I'll definitely feel that with your future energy. Hammer, sabotage and rebuild, persistent working on it, repairing. Remember I said I feel like you were the one that was the glue in the relationship. You were the one that was constantly trying to work on things, I feel like, or keep things together. Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. Careful of that. And girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable boundaries. Did you not have enough boundaries here in your past? I feel like these should be flipped. That should be over there and this should be here. Okay, Spirit. Okay. Maybe after this Tower moment, after this Three of Swords, after all this ended, this person is keeping eyes on you, this past person. It's possible. I don't like that energy. You know, it's one thing to check on people's social media every once in a while. Like, you know, people that haven't ended on bad terms, say you like check their social media every once in a while, like, hey, they still doing okay? But it's one thing to like obsessively check things, right? Like, that's not good energy to have, is it? All right, we're gonna pull some more oracles from this deck and then we're gonna wrap it up. Spirit, what do you have from this deck for the collective regarding the energy that's on the table, please? Now, these are more of a lighter energy. They're about romantic love, yes, but also a lot about self-love and just kindness. The artwork is by Josephine Wall, who's an artist that's been around for years and years. The union of hearts, a love connection defies explanation. Might be what you're moving towards, especially with that Knight of Cups coming in. Okay. What is this? Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Remember at the beginning of the reading, I stated, you know, I gave the example of your computer, right? Like your computer's acting weird and you're like, oh, I got to take it in to get it fixed. But then like you consult with a cousin or a nephew or someone who knows a bit about IT, right? Like it's just like a simple ask. So there might be something within this situation or within your life in general. This could go beyond love, romance, and relationships. Absolutely. That it's going to be a simple ask, right? That's going to give you the assistance and the support that you need. As a hyper independent only child, honey, difficult to do. I understand. Okay, treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. Yes, I agree. And love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. This is such a beautiful card. Her artwork literally looks like a dreamscape. It's gorgeous. But treasure your loved ones. So if you have new love coming in the future, okay, if this is your situation, I want you to remember it's important to keep your friends. It's important to keep your social life. It's important to keep your family members if you're close with them. Don't abandon them for a new relationship, because yes, a loving, beautiful, romantic relationship that has reciprocity and respect and genuine care is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. But at the same time, this person is new. The people that have been with you and have truly supported you along the way, they're also important. They're an important part of your story, okay? So treasure your loved ones. I'm also hearing some of you might need to do, or you have an ancestral altar, okay? This is a good reading. Good reading. You've been through a lot, but I think it's going to turn out well for you. So this is what I have for you. I truly hope that this has provided you with some guidance and some clarity, as it is always, always, always my intention to serve. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. I hope you all are taking very good care of yourselves. Happy June, and I will talk to y'all very, very soon.